chapter 1.1c, last day of all these translations and things. Everything we've learned so far stays the same. We will still use prompts and keys, less than, more than, sum, difference, quotient, all that stuff. Hopefully you've memorized that. We will still look at multiplication division first like we learned in the last lesson. If necessary, we'll switch it around and use parentheses. Today we're going to look at the last prompt, which is called is. How does the word is change my approach to translating expressions? Pretty much it just turns into an equation, but nothing else changes. That's why I just said in the beginning, nothing changes. This is going to be a very short video because it's really simple. It's taking what you should know and simply adding one piece. The prompt is translates to the equation, the equal sign, to the symbol equal sign. So when we encounter the prompt, simply circle it. That's the easy way to kind of mark it off as something different. So when you see a phrase or a sentence and you see the word is, or is equal to, because that's another phrase, or equals, or are, circle those words because it pretty much means it's going to be an equal sign. So again, quick examples and then we're out of here. The distance an object travels is equal to the product of rate and time. Here's your is. I see product. And the problem here is that now we don't have numbers, but we have variables. And the first thing we talk about is the distance an object travels. And it's the product of rate and time. So what we do is, first thing I see is distance, which I'm going to put as a D. Is, of course, means equals. Product of rate and time means I should multiply these two. But again, remember, whenever I multiply, I don't use a symbol. So I would put RT. That is an actual formula. I believe it happens in physics. Work equals rate and time and all that stuff. But again, that is a true statement. The perimeter of an object is the sum of twice its length and twice its width. So again, I see is, I see sum. So first thing I do is kind of look for things I know. I see twice here, I see twice here. Remember, twice means two times. Those are all operations and equal signs. Now I need some things to underline. It's twice its length, which would be a variable, twice its width, which would be a variable, and what I need is something in front of here, which I believe is the perimeter. And so I would put P equals because of the is. The sum of, which means I'm going to add two things. I'm going to add twice its length and twice its width, which means I'm going to put 2L for twice its length and 2W for twice its width. That's all. Alright. So again, hopefully you've been practicing up to this point, but that's pretty much all it adds on. The sum of 2/5 a number and 7 is 11. So again, sum 2/5 of, there's a fraction and a word of there. And there's your is. So we need some things here. 2/5 is a number is a variable, 7 here, 11 there. The sum of 2/5 of a number and 7 is 11. First off, I have two operations. Remember that we give our multiplication, because that's a multiplication phrase, we give our multiplication the first option. And so what we're going to do there is put 2/5 of a number, which is 2/5 x. It says the sum of 2/5 of a number and 7, which means, again, that should be in front, and 7 would mean we're adding 7 to it. Is means turn it into equals. 11 means put that over there. And that would be it. At some point in your work, which would be next chapter, we'll actually be working on solving this question. 8 is 3 times the difference of, again, difference of is not a of, 4 and a number. So starting this off, I have 8 followed by an equal sign. Times, because we have two different operation words here, times gets first option. 3 times the difference. That doesn't make sense to me. 3 times the difference, which means times probably isn't going to go first, but the difference should go first. So we're looking at the difference of 4 and a number. So that would be 4 minus x, because 4 went first, a number went second. And remember, the tricky part about here, if I'm doing 3 times all of that, I have to use parentheses and put a 3 in front of it. Alright, so that's pretty much the lesson that you got to do here. That covers pretty much the whole week, I believe, of what we're doing. We got a quiz on this at the end of the week, so make sure you practice all these questions, because remember that the questions on your homework are where I get the questions for your tests from, and if you have not done your job, you're not going to be able to answer those questions appropriately. Your final thought, how should I work out a problem in which the equal sign is involved? It means circle. Can't spell. Circle the word is. So again, when you have a is, pretty much circle that thing and go from there. So here are the notes that I have for you here. Sorry if you wanted to have the essential question too. But again, I'm going to give you a moment to pause the video here. And another moment to pause your video here. And other than that, go on over to your MathXL, continue working and asking questions, and good luck.